Okay, hello and welcome to the video. My name is Wade Smith. This is an off-topic video for me because I don't even play Dungeons and Dragons very much anymore. But a few minutes ago, there was a post from about a year ago that popped up on Microsoft MSN and about an article about who was the most powerful for combat class in D&D. And the person who wrote the article correctly had cleric as the most powerful class. And a guy wrote back and said it can't be the cleric because I've never heard of a cleric doing over 100 damage in one round before. And I wrote to him, have you ever heard of drown or mass drown or turn undead or mass heal against undead or implosion? I said, none of those spells have damage caps. And I said, I know personally that I've had a cleric do over 1,000 effective damage from one casting of mass heal in version 4.0 against undead, including liches attacking me because I got attacked by liches and zombies from every direction at once, and the cleric killed everything with one spell. The drown does 90% damage of the target. All right, and let's say if you have a level 30 enemy fighter, it there's no save, by the way, so it just automatically does 90% damage to the victim. Let's say if your opponent is a level 30 fighter and you can cast a level 6 spell drown or the level 9 spell mass drown. The a fighter has a hit dice of D10 and they have a constitution modifier on average of +2 depending on what your stats were. All right, in version 4.0. So that would give you do the math right, 12 hit points per character level. And then you have toughness and epic toughness by the time you're level 30. So that'd be another 60 hit points. So 12 times 30 is 360 plus 60 is 420 hit points you would have on a level 30 fighter. 90% of 420 is 378. So each enemy target that you hit with mass drown is 300 up to 378 damage that you could be doing, maybe even more if somebody had a constitution of 16 for some reason, such as some gear on to pump their constitution, which you almost certainly would have on an epic fighter by then. You would almost certainly have +4 to +8 constitution on a really good belt or a really good, whatever, bracers or whatever, or boots. But so that's just one target would take 378 damage or more from mass drown, and there's no target limit on mass drown, and there's no damage cap on mass drown, and it can't be prevented or saved against. So, and I laughed at him. He was like, "I've never heard of a cleric doing over 100 damage in one round before." I'm like, "Hello, implosion can do over 100 damage to a single target, and it's got a chance to instantly kill the target on top of that." And then mass drown, turn undead has no damage cap. Uh Mass heal definitely has no damage cap. Let me look that up as a matter of fact while I'm sitting here looking at a screen. Cleric mass heal AD&D 4.0 rules. Let me see if I can find the 4.0 mass heal. Let me see if I can find the rules for mass heal and read them to you exactly so that I make sure that I'm not is it mass heal or mass cure, whatever the case it is. It's been a long time since I played AD&D 4.0. How to find the right one that just in a readable format that I can actually quote to you. That's strength domain, and that's not what I was using. I was using luck domain and water domain, I think. Because at certain levels you get to pick extra domains in 4.0. Dang it, the bot is not understanding the question I'm asking, is the first problem I'm having. 3.5 cleric versus wizard debate. The cleric can win because the cleric can beat the wizard. The wizard sucks compared to a cleric in D&D 3.5 or 4.0. Trust me. The cleric gets to wear armor, and the cleric can pretty much just block everything the wizard can do with their buffs, or heal back faster than the wizard could ever deal damage. You see the 5th edition spell list right here. Guidance, Light, Mending, Resistance, Sacred Flame, Spare the Dying, Thaumaturgy, Bane, Bless. Bless has always been in there. Command is probably one of the best level 1 spells in all of D&D is Command. It's instant speed, and it knocks an enemy creature unconscious. That is just golden. That is probably the best spell in AD&D, to be honest with you. And it's a level 1. And that's what makes it so good. Let me see if I can find the high level spells, level 6 through 9. Blade Barrier is pretty good. But Create Undead is always great. They don't have Mass Drown or Drown or Mass Drown on 5.0. Let me see. They don't have Drown. They got Etherealness as a level 7 spell in 5.0. It used to be a level 9. So they lowered that. There's Heal. You see, they got Resurrection is still level 7. Control Weather, Earthquake, level 8. Evocation. I'm going to back up and read the Holy Aura. Astral Projection. Gate. Mass Heal is a level 9 spell now. And True Resurrection. So let me read the Mass Heal description to you. A flood of healing energy flows from you into injured creatures around you. You restore up to 700 hit points. That's been limited now. Divided as you choose among any number of creatures that you can see within range. Creatures healed by this spell are also cured of all diseases in any effect, making them blinded or deaf. And this spell has no effect on undead or constructs. That's been nerfed then, because in 4.0 it absolutely massacres undead. Yeah, in 4.0 it was actually a level 7 spell, if I remember correctly, and it kills any undead in the 60-foot radius. So they nerfed the hell out of Mass Heal. Probably was needed, but whatever. I wonder what they did with Drown and Mass Drown. Let me back up and see what that other one is. Let me read Earthquake and see what it does. Yada, 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 and so on and so forth. Alright. You gotta have physical spell components to cast Earthquake. That's always a drawback. Where? This is a pretty complicated spell. Doesn't do that much damage. 5d6, but buries the enemy under the bludgeoning, but buries the enemy under the rubble. So that could incapacitate somebody. That's only a level 8 spell, too. Alright, symbol, I know what that does. Alright, let's see. Firestorm is considered level 7 here. It used to be considered level 4 at one time, and then it got changed to level 9. Now they moved it back to level 7. 7d10 fire damage. That's not that much. So yeah, they nerfed the hell out of the cleric, and it's probably still the best class. Let me see something. I want to back up to mass cure wounds. This spell hasn't. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 6th level or higher, the healing increases by 1d8 for each. Mass cure wounds also has no effect on undead or constructs. They nerfed the hell out of that then. So maybe that's why that dude didn't know that, because this is the 5th edition rules. Gaius is only a level 5 spell, in spite of being almost completely limitless in how powerful it can be. Some of these spells, Gaius should be a level 9 spell. I don't know what it's doing at level 5. Some of these spell levels make no sense. Alright. Control water is level 4. I want to read this. Oh wow, this is a really long flood. You cause the water level of all standing water in the area to rise by as much as 20 feet. If the area includes a shore, the flooding water spills over on the dry land. You choose an area in a large body of water. Water level remains elevated until the spell ends, and you choose a different effect. Effect produces a wave. The wave repeats in the. Yeah, well, what are the rules for drowning opponents? Okay, it's got basically mass drown as a 4th level transmutation spell, and the only thing you need to cast it is a drop of water and a pinch of dust. Any dust. So this is absurd. And it doesn't even tell you the rules for causing damage. So I assume they got more rules on causing damage in a flood. The first time each turn of whirlpool, this effect requires a body of water at least 50 feet square and 25 feet deep, somewhere in the area, presumably. The first time each turn that an object enters the vortex, the object takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage. This damage occurs each round and it remains in the vortex. So you're trapping an enemy in a bludgeoning attack and caught in the vortex until the spell ends. They don't even get to break out ahead of time. Like Maze, you could break out ahead of time. If you fail your first save attempt, you're just screwed for however long it lasts. It's their strength versus your save DC, which again, an epic character can have 50 something save DC. So you're not going to beat that with an opposed strength roll. Why that's a 4th level spell when it has a 9th level effect, I don't know. Protection from energy is now level 3, and it used to be considered a level 8 spell. It gives you total immunity to energy. Cliff of Warding has been moved down to 3 from 4. Animate dead still the normal. Animate dead, yeah, that's another thing. What is the limit on undead that you can summon all at once? When you cast this spell, this spell creates an undead servant. Need a drop of blood, piece of flesh, a pinch of bone dust. Choose a pile of bones, or corpse, and medium or small humanoid within range. You spell and use a target. You gotta actually have a target. That is. But so what? You go to a graveyard. All right. Let's see. Once you in order, the creature continues to follow it until it is complete. The creature is under your control for 24 hours, after which it stops obeying any command you've given it. To maintain control of the creature for another 24 hours, you must cast the spell on the creature again before the current 24-hour period ends. Uses the spell asserts your control over up to 4 creatures, and you have animated with this spell rather than animating a new one. Up to 4 creatures at a time. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, you animate or reassert control over 2 additional undead creatures for each slot level above 3rd. So that would be 12 plus 4 is 16 at spell level 9. You can control 16 undead at a time. You know, but he's never seen a cleric do 100 damage in one round. You summon the right undead, and it can single-handedly do 100 damage in one round. I mean, come on. Yeah, I'm surprised they nerfed the hell out of Mass Heal. They nerfed the hell out of Mass Heal so hard that might actually explain why he's never seen anything like that. All right, I'm supposed to be making a video. I hope I haven't run out of too much time. All right, let me back up and see if I can find the 4th edition rules and explain why they're different. I specifically asked for 4th edition, and almost everything that the bot is showing me is about 5th edition. Like the bot can't tell the difference between a 4 and a 5. And now it's getting into stuff that has nothing to do with D&D. All right, I give up. So I didn't know because I've never played 5th edition, but they nerfed the hell out of that. So that no longer holds true. Look up the rules for implosion. From remembering the right spell. D&D cleric. Cleric spell. Rules. You create a destructive resonance in a corporeal creature's body. For each round you concentrate, you cause one creature to collapse in on itself, killing it. This effect, being instantaneous, cannot be dispelled. You can target a particular creature only once with each casting of the spell. It's dead. And what is the saving throw? 1 standard action, so it's possible to have more than 1 action per round with the right equipment or feats. Yeah, you create a destructive resonance in a corporeal creature's body. For each round you concentrate, you cause one creature to collapse in on itself. Level 9, killing it. This effect, being instantaneous, cannot be dispelled. You can target a particular. Let me see if I can read. It's learned at level 7. It's learned as a level 7 spell, but it's cast as a level 9 spell, if that makes any sense. It needed only verbal and somatic components, no physical ingredients in the spell. That makes it ridiculously good compared to all that other shit, because you don't have to carry around equipment and ingredients. Yeah, it doesn't fully describe it here either, but it does either base damage or instant death. So even if they make a save, they still take a certain amount of damage in the game. Um, but this is not a full. It's considered a divine evocation spell, so it's like the power of God Himself or something hitting the enemy. Supposedly. So that's implosion. It just instantly kills anything with no save. So, obviously, if you have a 400 and something hit point level 30 fighter and you hit them with implosion, unless they are death immune, they die instantly. All right. I think I've thoroughly debunked that silly guy's reasoning, even though I found out that I was wrong to some extent too, because Mass Heal no longer deals damage to undead in 5th edition. They changed that. All right, I'll go correct myself on that other article as well because I'm like that. If I find out I did something wrong, I didn't know that Mass Heal didn't do damage in 5th edition.